Hey everyone, welcome to Echoes of Elsewhere. I'm Keith, I'm your GM, I'm your keeper of secrets, and with me today is our amazing cast. First we have E.D. Jones.
Hey there, I'm E.D. Jones. I'm playing Vince, or Rax Koshak, in the D&D world.
And also we have Tony Keoni.
Hey, I'm Dr. Elliot Knight, and in the D&D world, I'm Elliot Nightrain.
Good. We also have Shawn.
That's me. I also play Evan Petrovich.
And we have Leah Skye.
Hi, I'm Leah. I play Blake.
Okay. And wrapping up our cast, we have the guy who's playing Professor Gregor.
You'll never guess which character I'm playing in this universe. It's Father Gregor of this universe, but Professor Gregor otherwise.
All right, and Father Gregor, a.k.a. Professor Gregor, would you like to give us a recap?
I believe last week's session began with a lecture on practical vampire lore, as we needed to clarify how someone becomes a vampire and what happens when you kill a vampire's sire and the rest of it. While that was happening, Blake snuck off. I believe this is a regular activity, and spoke to the, gave some comfort to the priest who we were assisting, and then proceeded to break open his cabinets so that Elliot could search through them with sort of practical ideas of ancient adventurers whose memories are still beginning to come to me. In that vein, I, in addition to the lore of vampires of this place, another advantage of moving to this region gave me the adventurer's instinct, or truism, of if there is a door behind which you know is a hard fight and no treasure, you should spike that door closed very thoroughly. And I did that. Then Elliot found this fascinating book on comparative religions and human sacrifice, which was full of fascinating, and I don't know why Blake demanded on dragging it out of my hands. I wasn't done. It was very rude. And now I believe we're meeting outside. As I believe there were many of us who were not entirely comfortable with the idea of searching through all of the things of the very kindly old professor we just assisted.
Yeah, as you had met Father Donovich, you had heard the scream from the basement. You discovered that it was his son, Doro, who had been turned by the count of this land, and he was being held prisoner for his own safety in the basement. You are now leaving the church. Father Donovich has already left. Ismark and Irina, the children of the late burgomaster, have requested his help to perform a burial service for their father, and he's left. You spent a little bit of time in the church trying to clean it up a little bit. It was kind of wrecked. Doors and windows had been boarded up. You had broken one of the windows open, and you boarded it back up again. You step outside. It was dark when you got here, but not nighttime dark. It was the darkness of an overcast day, mist in the air, heavy clouds. But now, it's starting to get dark. Nighttime dark. There are lanterns burning along the streets. You see in the distance Father Donovich and he's talking to the two siblings, Ismark and Irina, out in front of the Blood on the Vine Tavern. Not that far from you. What are you going to be doing? What are your thoughts?
I think that Elliot is going to just go ahead and just cast light again on his staff, just to have a nice radius of light around us as we're walking in between the light of the lampshades. And I guess I'm going to start walking towards their group because kind of want to see where they are at in conversation.
That makes sense.
That's a good idea as any.
Both on the casting light on something you're holding and the following them.
As you approach, you hear Father Donovich. We'll meet in the cemetery behind the church at noon. I've been having some challenges in the church, so we won't actually use the chapel. But we have an altar out in the cemetery. We'll perform the ceremony there. And I'll meet with Perry Wimple and have him make sure the grounds are prepared. And Father Donovich, as he says that, he shakes Ismark's hand. He gives Irina a hug. He looks more control of himself than he has at any point in time when he was in the church when you talked to him. He turns and looks at you and waves. There's a slight smile on his face. And he heads not into the tavern, but up the road a little bit. There is a general store, and he opens that door up, and you hear a bell ring as the door opens, and he goes inside. There's still the faint sobbing echoing through the village. Irina comes over to you. Do you have a place to stay for this night? And Ismark looks at her and goes, "Sister, this is not a good idea." She goes, "What are we going to do? Leave him out on the streets?" And she turns back to you.
Don't believe we do. I'm trying to remember, but this pink-skinned human in my head keeps confusing me. No, I do not have a place to stay here.
Now they really want to invite you in.
Yeah.
You're welcome to stay with us. You are going to help us bring my father to the cemetery tomorrow, aren't you?
Of course.
Of course, if that is something you need.
It would be a lot for us, and unfortunately, since his passing, we've had trouble getting others to help, to pitch in. And she glances over at her brother, and as she glances over at her brother, you can see he's swaying a little bit. The effects of his earlier drinking has not completely left him. And he goes, "Well, come on, let's go." He goes, and he looks over at his sister, and remember, once Father is buried, once we're done, it's time for us to go. And Irina looks at him again and says, "We'll talk about that later." And she's trying not to drag you into the conversation as she moves forward. Is there anything you're looking at, hoping for, need to have resolved as we're going through the town?
You mentioned there's sobbing. Is that just from the church? Is that from the vampire kid in the church, or is there separate sobbing?
Yeah, no, from the church, and from the distance you are from the church, when you get like beyond 20 feet from it, you haven't heard his voice. So his voice probably carries within the church, but not too far beyond the walls of the church. The sobbing is coming from an old house. The windows are boarded up. The doors are not. There is a lantern hanging in front of it. It's currently not burning.
Okay. Should we investigate that?
Do you see something important?
There's sobbing.
Oh.
I mean,
Thought
it
that was
may
just
well
part of
be
the-
not our business, but
Hey, Irina, Whose house is that?
Marina stops and looks and goes, that's Mad Mary's. She's her daughter's wandered off and no one's seen her, and she's beside herself.
Did you add the prefix to her name after that happened, or
is that her first name?
Sorry. Is she always considered Mad Mary?
No, just since her daughter vanished, and she's cried nonstop.
When did her daughter vanish?
About a week ago.
And what do we know about the circumstances?
And what did the search parties find?
Search parties? There weren't any search parties.
You guys just left her out there to die?
Well, once you get outside the village, it's not very safe out there.
What's out there? I mean, I remember seeing things in the shadows, but I don't know what they were.
Wolves, bats, things that are much worse.
Like what?
Ismark is listening to his sister, and he goes, "There's undead out there.
Undead.
Creatures of the night. Servants of the Count.
We know how they can be disposed of.
I know of a way they can be disposed of.
So, fire, axe, sword."
Problem is, if there are more than them than there are of us, then we're in trouble.
Sometimes they don't stay down.
We just don't fight the undead at all?
Yeah. We could just rest somewhere indoors. I mean, I've heard the term latchkey kids, but this area is way more dangerous.
Also, calling her Mad Mary is wild behavior.
Maybe sad Mary, but
Yeah, exactly.
Especially
Ivan's
after
face got
only a
little
week.
depressed Mary who's missing a kid. Yeah.
I think if you go and talk to her, you'll see why she's...
Yeah, I mean, we're not arguing that you're not wrong in that she's having a hard time. I think we're just arguing with the fact that, like, you're kind of like punching down at this point, right?
So should we go talk to unpleasant?
Perhaps you're right. Maybe
unwell Mary.
Referring to her as Mad Mary is probably... We'll just call her Mary from going forward.
Yeah, that seems pretty normal. Yeah. All right.
Well, I think we need to go talk to unwell Mary.
yes.
Sure.
Deeply tragic, personal incident Mary. We should go speak to her right away.
Yeah.
And as you're thinking about going to the house, you hear the howl of a wolf in the distance, and it's echoed 2-3 times. Then it fades away.
Ivan's Steel Defender howls back a couple times, and it's a very robotic sound, almost like it's coming out of a speaker, not necessarily a wolf.
What is your Steel Defender's name?
Ivan hasn't named it yet, so him and the Steel Defender haven't had a conversation yet. They don't know that they can communicate. So right now they just sort of copacetically help each other out. But
and
yeah,
when it howls, does it have like a speaker in its chest where the sound comes out of it, or does it actually open its mouth and sound comes out?
Mouth opens, and if you look in the very back of the mouth, you can see a speaker on the inside, and it's definitely got like a whirring sound to it at the same time as a howl.
And when the howling happens, you'll see that Rax has a kind of a mohawk of scales that kind of poke up in a triangle on the top of his head back to his back, and you see those kind of perk up and kind of ripple as an alert, kind of an alert instinct, and he looks over.
Vince/Rax, please make a perception roll for me.
Rax, I don't mean to alarm you, but I think your hackles are raising.
Yes, well noticed. 21.
21. You can definitely hear the sounds of wolves howling in the distance. Wolves' howls are not sounds that you personally are familiar with, but Rax has heard these before. And they sound deeper, louder than what you're used to. And you notice that Ismark, his sword is no longer in the scabbard. He's holding it out. And he is doing the slow turn, watching the road behind you, watching the road in front of you. And he goes, "Sister, we have no time for this. We should be going. It's getting late."
Are these werewolves?
No. I mean, I don't think so. They're certainly a possibility, but we've been having wolf problems here. It was almost nightly until my father's passing, and then they stopped. You are on the stairs, the porch of Mary's house. You can hear the sobbing inside. If anyone's listening through the door, you may make a perception check for me.
All right. That's a 9.
You can hear the sobbing through the other side, and Mary is saying something, but through the tears, through the crying, it's hard. You can't make out what she's saying.
I think Elliot's not even listening because he's still so distracted by the fact that this entire village let a kid just go missing and didn't do anything about it.
Just
He's
gave the
"What
mom a
in the world?"
mean name instead
Yeah,
of.
they just started bullying
what the
the
hell?
mother. It's like, he's
That
so,
kid's gone now. Damn you, Granny.
You
like to the point where he pulled his
skill.
sword
It's literally
immediately.
just your kid got missing. Skill issue.
Yeah. Huh.
Skill issue, Mary. Oh.
So I guess I'll just walk up and just kind of knock on the door.
You knock on the door, and the door creaks open as you hit it.
I didn't do that on purpose.
Room inside is dark. The sobbing is louder. You hear the word Gertrude.
I have dark vision.
And I also have
We're all
staff.
carrying lights.
Yeah.
You have lights. Sitting on the floor of this barren room. And when I say barren, there is a table, there's wooden chairs, there is what looks like maybe a stone stove against one wall, and there's a curtain dividing the room in half, where you assume there might be like a sleeping quarters or something behind it. Sitting on the floor, rocking back and forth, is a woman who at first glance seems ancient, but then as Elliot's light shines on her, you see that she's probably in her mid-30s. Her hair is disheveled. There is dirt on her face, on her hands. Her clothing is torn. She is holding a doll in her hand. This doll is about 6 inches tall, and she's rocking back and forth, and she's brushing her hands through this thick yarn-like hair. And she goes, "Gertrude, I'll protect you. Gertrude, I'll protect you. They'll never take you from me. I got you. I'm protecting you. You're safe with me. You're safe." And she's rocking back and forth. And Irina steps up and she puts a hand on your shoulder, Elliot, and she goes, "Be careful." And as she says that, she points to her side, and you see on the floor next to Mary is a knife. It's not a dagger. It's not a fighting weapon. It is just a knife on the floor.
I'm going to lean down and cast Friends on her.
Okay.
So she has to succeed on a DC 12.
Thank you very much. And
wisdom
that is
save.
wisdom save,
Yep.
right?
Yep. And he just pulls out his lyre.
She looks up at you and goes, "Jefferson? Jefferson, is that you?" And then she goes to stand up, and she goes, and she sees that you are a dragonborn. And she steps back and she clutches the doll to her. "You're not Jefferson."
No.
You're not Jefferson.
I'm not
Are-
Jefferson, but we are friends.
I thought you came to help me find my baby.
We did.
Our baby.
We are here to help you. We understand that you lost your daughter. Yeah.
Yes, our daughter Jefferson.
Okay. I'm going to play along. Yes. What happened?
It was late, and she'd been going out at night on her own when everyone was going to sleep, and I told her she couldn't do anymore, so I boarded up her window so she couldn't get out. And that night she climbed out, and I haven't seen her since.
What did she climb out of if you had boarded up her window?
She broke through the boards. She broke through them.
Does that indicate unnatural strength?
She's just my baby girl. She doesn't have. What do you mean unnatural strength?
Was she strong enough to do that?
How old is she?
16. And that's Irene. Irene is filling the gaps in for you.
Yeah, I imagine I was like leaning into Irene and just like asking questions within like a hushed whisper.
Had she been acting strangely before she disappeared?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yes. She was talking about the strange man that she saw in the forest. She said he was very, very handsome.
And what else did she say about him? What did he do? Did he tell her to do things?
She said he could juggle. That he could toss knives in the air and juggle knives around. And she wanted me to see it, but I didn't go out with her. I should have gone with her, then I wouldn't know where he is, but I don't know. And nobody will help me in town.
Have other children gone missing recently, or is this common?
Yeah, Mary is looking at Rax and talking to him. As you ask that question, Irina says yes. We do have a problem with children coming up missing. Many of them are taken to the old windmill. The parents don't have the resources to take care of them properly, and they send them to the sisters at the windmill it's kind of an orphanage to watch over them. Some of the I hate to say it, but sometimes I think the sisters are a little, if they see a parent who is clearly not able to take care of their children, they might be a little more aggressive in getting that child to the windmill, to the orphanage.
Wasn't that pie lady on the windmill or something? Am I misremembering that?
She was one of the sisters.
You all almost feel an energy coming off of Elliot.
Hey, Mary. Is there someone here with you? We're gonna help look for Jefferson, but
Are you Claire? Are you Gertrude's friend Claire? She mentioned her friend named Claire. I don't know. I haven't seen her before. And she looks down at the doll. Gertrude, is this your friend? And she holds the doll up to you. And this doll has like black streaks going down her eyes. Her neck on the doll is all red. And when you see that, you look down at Mary's hands, and you see Mary's hands are raw from where she's been taking the doll and squeezing it.
Maybe we were too quick to judge Irina in the village.
Have you met Jefferson? Jefferson's my husband. He's never going to leave me again, are you, Jefferson? Come. And she reaches for Rax's hand and tries to draw him into the house.
I will accept that to an extent. I'm still playing along just so that we can get info from her.
Oh, hi, Jefferson.
I have a lot of names. I guess Jefferson is one of them. So you're saying that a lot of children in the town are taken to the windmill to be taken care of. What do we know about have any of the children gone missing from the windmill? Do we know about that?
As you're asking that question, there is another howl sounding closer off in the distance, and Ismark goes, "You need to hurry up. We don't have all night here."
The ridges are up and vibrating again. And Rax sort of looks around.
And Irina says, I've never been to the windmill. My brother doesn't think it's a good idea for me to leave the town until now. Now that Father's gone, he wants me out of here.
Where does he want you to go?
And Mary reaches out for Irina. Don't go. Don't go into the forest. It's not safe in the forest. And Irina goes, Valaki. He thinks it's safe in Valaki. They have a wall. They don't seem to be bothered. They don't seem to be bothered by the Count and his forces there.
That's where the guy and his sister wanted us to go as well.
Yeah. Mary does not say anything about Valaki.
Got you. Okay.
So she is Barovian born and bred, and she is going to die in Barovia. This is where she was born. She's going to spend her life, and this is where she is going to die, unless you drag her out into somewhere else. Because she'll do anything for Jefferson. And as she's talking to you, she reaches up and touches the side of your neck.
I stiffen and recoil, but then try to not do that.
You can see where the skin is raw on her hands from her wringing your hands across the doll.
While they're talking to her, is there any chance we could take this moment of distraction and sneak in and try to find the old room that was broken out of?
Yeah, I think you only have to roll for this because Mary is hyper focused on Rax at the moment. So, Father Gregor, if you wish to step into the room, or anyone wants to step in the room and go inside, you certainly can.
All right, I'll continue distracting her. I'll say, "Darling, we're going to find her." Do I need to roll deception at any point, or is that spell that I cast enough?
Because of her current condition and your use of the spell, I'm not going to make you roll anything for that. She failed the saving throw initially, and so this is just the effects of it.
Got you.
Do keep in mind that when the spell ends,
She's going to know that. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
we'll be gone by then, hopefully.
Okay. Professor Gregor, Father Gregor, you step to the back and you push past the curtain. And what you see a small wooden panel separating two sections of the back of this room, which appear to be bedrooms. One is cluttered, and it is just chaos there. There's a blanket tossed across a table. There is the bed has been tore up. The other is immaculate. There is a straw mattress on the floor. There is a blanket neatly folded on it. There's a pillow there. There is even a flower sitting on top of the pillar. In the room that's immaculate, you see a window in the back.
Indeed.
And 3 of the boards has been boarded up with 5 boards. 3 of them have been pried off. Make a perception check or investigation check as you're actually looking at those boards.
Yeah, I was going to go investigate that specifically. I roll a 12 on a perception check, but I can...
The boards, when I say pried off, they are broken. So you can see they were nailed in there. The nails are bent and twisted, and the boards are broken all in the center. And they're lying on the floor inside the window.
I see. So Professor Gregor will sort of look at the board. I don't know if this is some abstraction that's covered by a perception and or an investigation check, but look at the boards, try to figure out which side they were nailed on, like which end of the board, which like the board is like parallel, right? So which face of the board was nailed to the wall, and then after that determine which from which side it was broken, essentially. It's
very easy for you to look at that because the nails are still in the boards, they're sticking out. You can see how it was nailed in the wood. You can see how it's broken. With a 13 on your perception roll, it looks it was broken, but you can't tell if how it was broken.
I see.
Okay. You don't see any signs of fingerprints or additional damage to the wood.
I see.
That gives you a clear indicator.
You know when you snap the thing, like one end snaps inwards because it's sort of pressed in. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but you got a 13, so that's why.
Oh, okay. I see. Fair enough.
Yeah. Realistically, yes, you could determine what this is if you had rolled, let's say, hypothetically, a 15.
I see.
Not to put a number on it, but...
Not to put a number on it. Or if I'd remember to use guidance. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you're new at this whole priestly thing.
Yeah. So it goes. Very well. Look outside the window and look down at the ground outside for more clues then.
I will let you make an investigation check as you go to the window and look down outside. Keep in mind this has been a week since she's been missing. So the DC
well,
on
it
this
doesn't seem like anyone's gone to much trouble to investigate it, so thankfully there's not going to be much
the crime
trampling
scene
in the
is
crime
clean.
scene.
The DC is going to be a little high, though, just because of weather and things like that. So it's going to be an 18.
Okay. I'll remember to use guidance this time at least. So let's make... an investigation check is a 17, and so if I roll 1d4 here...
You can't roll less than a 1 on a D4.
Yeah.
Indeed. As long as I don't roll
really
a 0.
bad
Oh,
D4.
I rolled exactly a 1, thankfully.
$15 is all you need.
Yep.
You look down the window on the ground, and there are a pair of deep footprints in the ground. Must have been wet at that night. And you see a pair of bare feet. The footprints of bare feet, not just feet.
The foot of a bear, or a foot, unshod foot, or like
An
an
unshod
actual,
foot.
a bear.
An unshod foot. An unshod foot.
I see, thank you. I
It's
just
a pair
wanted
of
to
footprints.
clarify.
And with that 18, you see that one of the footprints overlays the footprint of a boot.
Interesting. Which footprint seems deeper? Like if it's one over the other, which is inside the other.
It looks, with that 18, it looks like that the girl jumped out the window and landed in a footprint that already existed there.
I see. Okay.
I think that's what you're trying to figure out. Like,
yeah. If the bare footprint was on top of the booted footprint, it came later.
Yes.
Yeah. Interesting. Gregor will think about this for a bit.
Mary, gently caressing Rax's face.
I'm letting her, but I'm trying not to, like...
Her other hand reaches up to caress the other side of your face. And you feel this pressure building up around your neck as she starts to caress your neck.
Okay,
with her
I'm gonna
fingers
back away.
going back and forth like she's trying to wring out a washcloth.
I'm backing away. I'm saying, okay, that's quite enough of that.
No, Jefferson, you can't leave me.
I'm not leaving you. I'm just backing away slightly.
Who else is there? Oh, Ivan, you're perfect for this one. Ivan, you're 3 foot tall, and you're in the room, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I had to leave actually, I guess the dog's medium, so it could be with us.
Yeah, it's a normal. It's a dog-sized dog.
Well, it's the size of a medium creature, so it's definitely bigger than I can ride it.
A dire dog.
Yeah.
It is. You see the doll laying on the floor next to Mary's feet.
Okay.
You don't see the knife anywhere.
Okay.
That's weird. Someone must have cleaned it up. Oh, the knife is gone. And I know I'm still adjusting to this height, but I don't like that these dolls are eye to eye with me. It's...
can I look to see if the knife is... Can I just take a quick glance around and investigate for it?
Yeah, I think this will be a perception check as more than an investigation. There's not going to be really hands-on, just kind of looking around for things.
Mm-hmm.
Where could it be?
Oh, just 8.
Do
Just
you
an 8?
do you tell me that the knife is missing?
I said it out loud, so if you're close by, then yeah.
Can I look for it?
Mary goes, "Oh, you want the knife?" And she takes it out of her robe. Whatever. I have the knife. It's right here. And she brandishes it in front of you.
Okay, can I grab her arm
Ice
and try
pick
to
grip.
take the knife?
You certainly may try. Make an athletics check.
Athletics check. I can do that.
Irina, I want to sincerely apologize. I actually think you guys were really right about this one.
That's a 7.
It's a 7.
Oh no.
That went well.
You go to try and take the knife off her, and she screams, and it is loud and ear piercing. And she goes, "No, you can't have it!" And she pulls it back to her. And she pulls it back to her. It's one of those careless, reckless moments where she pulls it back, and she accidentally cuts herself with the knife. And she drops the knife and grabs her shoulder where she cut herself, and she is crying, and she falls, and she goes, where's Gertrude? Where's Gertrude? And she starts reaching around for the doll. Is the doll still on the floor, Ivan, or did you pick it up?
Ivan left it on the floor. He went to pick it up and realized he'd have to hug it like it's its equal, and just did not like that idea, so just sort of left it there.
But as soon as she drops the knife, I'd like to grab it.
Okay, you can grab the knife easily as she drops it. She grabs the doll, and she pulls it up to her, and she's holding it, and she falls back on the floor. She's sitting there, she's rocking back and forth, and she goes, it's okay. And you can see the blood seeping out of the wound in her shoulder onto the doll.
Okay, this lady can't be alone. Like, we got to take her to the inn or something. She's clearly having a mental health crisis.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
Something tells me they don't have taxes funding anything like that here, though. So
Ismark goes, we've got to get moving. I see shadows out here. And Irina goes, well, take her with us. We'll bring her to our house.
yeah, you guys have doors that lock, right?
Yes, we have doors.
All right, cool. We're good then.
What's the size difference between Mad Mary and Rax? Is she much smaller than me?
Mary's probably barely touching 5 foot, like 5 foot.
Can I
maybe.
pick her up in a fireman's carry?
Gosh.
But yes, of course,
Okay,
Jefferson
so I'm gonna
could
do
easily
that.
pick her up.
I'm going to pick her up in a fireman's carry and say, let's get out of here.
Let's go, darling.
Okay.
Professor, we're leaving.
She's holding on to the doll. She has an arm around your shoulder as you're carrying her. She lays her head on your shoulder, and she is crying as you go out.
Just a moment. Wait, one of you should maybe see this.
What have you got there, Gregor?
Oh, I didn't see you there. You scared the bejesus out of me.
Yeah. Don't look down on me like that.
Hold on, I'll. It's through the window. I'll give you a boost. You see those footprints there? You'd be surprised. After a week, most of the time they goes here, but we have to follow these. This is as fresh as it's going to be. It's a miracle. Wink. That it's lasted this long.
And away from the window, you don't see footprints away from the window. Just directly beneath the windows where you see the footprints. You don't see like a trail.
No, not a trail, but an obvious trail would be way too much to ask for. But a something to begin following is the.
I just see these footprints. Where are we gonna go? Follow.
We'll have to look around for more signs of where they went, but.
Okay, I think they're taking
clearly-
Mary to the inn to have more people around her. And, that's good. And then maybe we'll do this?
I see.
Yeah, I can stick around here with you, but I don't need to go anywhere near those dolls or that woman.
Yeah, I don't know what it is with this town and dolls specifically, but it's if I had a nickel for every time there's been a parent with a missing child and had a strange doll that they used to reminisce, I would have 2 nickels.
I've
which
seen a
is
movie
not
or
very
two.
many nickels.
Now,
It's
Oh,
odd
weird
that's
that it
happened twice in one day.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
that
Twice in one day is a lot.
you guys pointed out the obvious also about the pies and the orphanage happening at the same place.
Yes, the bone meal pies coming out of the orphanage is also very concerning, yes.
If we figured that out in a few seconds, don't you think the townsfolk also know?
I'm not sure if I would count on these townsfolk in any matter that relates to the well-being of children. It seems like, just based off of what we've observed so far.
When Ivan has a thought, and it's, are we thrown into a world where some of these characters are part of the backdrop because they seem a little like not focusing, or is it just the gloom of this place? And he kind of dwells on that for a little bit. He's wondering if some of these characters have
Can I put
NPC
you down
vibes.
now?
Oh,
As I stare off into the distance, pondering.
I suppose I was getting used to being normal height. Anytime you want to pick me up again, it's okay.
Well, when we go to track these, I'll let you ride on my shoulders.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the defender is looking a little sad now.
So, Ivan, you asked about the people you've met.
Well, he's
You
had
met-
that. Yeah, an internal question, more like
Yeah,
how many of them seem kind of hollow and how many
Yeah.
of them seem very full.
Yeah. Ismark,
Personality.
Irina, Father Donovich, they have the energy, the passion of life that you are used to seeing.
Mhm.
Mary's off in her own little space. The bartender at the tavern gave off a very lost stare, not interested in the world, not being focused or anything, just doing the job he had to do with the minimum amount of effort into it.
Interesting.
You haven't really had a lot of other exposure to people except for the pie lady, who definitely had life and energy all in her.
In the creepiest possible way.
And as you are pondering, should we split the party? Should Professor Gregor and Ivan go off to follow these footprints, while the rest of the party heads into the town to take Mary to someplace safe? Let's stop right here, and we'll figure out what we'll do next. Our next goes elsewhere.